right, welcome to Piet Mondrian's The Gray Tree. This will be our first art criticism. So on the left here, I have the directions that are up on Schoology, and on the right, I have the actual document, the Google Drive assignment that is connected. So when you click My Assignment, this is where this will go for you. So you'll have these slides here that we're going to fill in. You can see it's only 5 slides. We'll do it together. It'll be okay. So the first part, it asks you to do the artist name. So if we click over here, we're going to say the artist name is Piet Mondrian. It's right up here if you want the spelling, or I've just typed it on the screen over here. The title of this artwork is The Gray Tree. And Piet Mondrian created this in 1912. So all of this information is listed right at the top here on Schoology. You can add that right into your art criticism. And then when you are ready, you can click Go On, or it's not really click Go On, you just click to the next slide. Go ahead and pause this video until you are ready to move on to the next slide. All right, welcome back. We are going to go to the Describe slide now. If we look for the directions over here, Describe says list 3 to 5 things that you see in this artwork. So you can click here and you can start typing in the things that you see. You could type things in such as, I see lines. I see gray colors. I see, curves. This one is a fairly simple one. You can say, I see paint strokes. Etc., etc. 3 to 5 things. I have 4, so that counts as me good for that. Go ahead and pause, type those things in, and unpause this video when you are ready to move on to the Analyze slide right here. All right, welcome back to Analyze. So we'll click over to this slide right here. This time we have to write in a complete sentence, because over here in the directions it says, in complete sentences, explain what types of lines and what types of values you see and where in the artwork you see them. Make sure to use your art vocab terms from your interactive notebook that we've already filled in. So over here, I'm going to write complete sentences. I'm going to make my type a little bit bigger so you guys can see. So for the types of lines, so you're going to list off the types of lines. We talked about several different types of lines in our notes. We talked about straight lines, curved lines, zigzag lines. We talked about vertical lines, horizontal lines, diagonal lines. You need to tell me which of those you see in this. So you could say something like, I see diagonal lines in wherever you see diagonal lines. So like, in the tree. I don't know if that's true. It is. But I don't know. We could come back. And then the next part, you're going to say another sentence, where do you see the values? When we talked about value, we talked about the different types of values. So we had tints, and we had shades, and we had the pure hue. So you're going to tell me, where do you see the tints, or where do you see the shades? So you could see, I see tints in the background. Just like that. You could also tell me, like, where do you see shades? These are not the only correct answers, by the way. You could find other ones as well. We are going to pause right here, finish filling in Analyze, and when you're ready, you can come back for Interpret. All right, for Interpret, if we click to this slide, I can scroll down here. It now says, why do you think Piet Mondrian chose to paint the tree in this abstract style? Knowing that he was a skilled painter who knew how to paint realistically, why would he choose to get rid of the details and paint it abstractly? Answer in complete sentences. So if we go back up here, he was capable of painting in like detail, in realistic terms. So we go Mondrian tree. Let me look at some images. You can see this is kind of actually in the middle. He started with these ones that were actually fairly realistic, and then you start losing more and more details, and then it gets even more and more simple. And it becomes more about these lines, right? It becomes more about these different intersecting lines as opposed to the tree as a subject. So instead of making it about an actual object, he made it about a element of art. He made it about that line and that value. Eventually, if we go to just looking at what his work turns into, he starts doing work that looks like this. So he goes to very basic colors, the primary colors plus white and black, and he gets rid of the subject matter completely. So why, knowing that this is where he's going to end up, and knowing that he is capable of painting a real looking tree, why would he paint his, oops, that's the wrong right page, there. Why would he paint it like this? I am not going to fill in the answer. I want to hear what you guys think. So go ahead and pause this. Remember, write in a complete sentence. And when you are ready, we'll go on to the last slide together for judgment. All right, welcome back for our last section for judgment. Again, if I scroll down here, all you have to tell me is this a good painting? Why or why not? Again, we want to try to write in a complete sentence, but because this is your opinion, I'm not going to write anything on this slide. You guys can just tell me what's good. What do you think is good? What makes this good? Or do you think this is a bad painting? And why? Why is it bad? What about it doesn't look good? When you are done with that, you can go ahead and press the submit assignment button. So if you come up here, I have in progress, you guys in your little assignment button here have a little option to click submit. You will do that and you'll be all done with our first art criticism.